I started fishing at 15 on the deck of a scallop boat. And when I started, I just so happened to be fishing that same ground today, the same area. And it's fished sustainably, year after year. The battle we have right now with offshore wind is just catastrophic for the ocean, never mind the fishing industry, just for the ecosystem alone.
All of the cables are buried under the seabed, and this is one of the most environmentally conscious methods to generate power.
If you've been to New Bedford and seen this foreign garbage that they're throwing in that ocean, it will make you sick to your stomach.
This is today about celebrating that offshore wind is really happening. It's going to turn this northeastern wind into green, safe, American, and nice energy that we can all use. When installed, these turbines are as large as 3 statues of liberties. This is only the first towers. Much more components will arrive.
No true fisherman can sit and witness what's going on the bottom on their daily basis and not be disheartened.
My Uncle Jimmy was on the forefront of what happens when they start surveying. And the first thing he said is it's going to kill squid, it's going to kill mammals, it's going to kill dolphins, whales. Your scallops are going to die.
I scallop and drag, but mostly scallop. We've noticed this year there was survey boats there. We noticed that there was a lot of dead scallops. They were coming up what we call clappers. There were scallops that weren't open, but full of sand and mud. And you've always seen those before, but a couple a day this year, there was up to like 18 or 20 clappers in a bushel, which is like ridiculous.
This is one bushel, one full bushel of scallops. We've got 14 clappers here, 14 here. The first 6 I didn't save, I threw them over. One bushel of scallops, 20 clappers.
Last year, to go to that same area, it was taking 65 bushels of scallops to get our limit of 600 pounds. This year, at the same time, you know, when it should have been at its peak, it was taking about 80 bushels. So, you know, when there's 16 or 20 dead ones in every bushel, that adds up. You know, by the end of the day, it's an extra 14 or 15 bushels. And that's something that I've never seen before, and I don't think most of these guys have either.
I've been fishing the same ridge since I was 15 years old on the back of a wooden boat. And that's exactly where they want to plow that ridge and lay the cables. Here I am, rail to rail with the Marcel borderline, fighting for my toe. Catching 95 bushel to make my 600 limit, when this same time last year, pre-survey, it was only 74 bushel. I'm having all clappers. They're dead. They're gone. There's nothing in the shell, just solid shell.
We've been in this industry for generations and centuries doing this. We've become more advanced. We've become more selective. We've done everything they've asked us to do, including reducing bycatch. But we're getting green lights for these boats to go out here and destroy the environment. These survey boats that are coming up. Let me tell you something. I go out there fishing and that survey boat follows, and all of a sudden I'm catching scallops that are now coming up dead. Nothing has changed out there, except the wind survey operations. As soon as they show up, my fishing dies.
And if you read the studies, the noise from the sonar, the scallops contract. So they're constantly trying to jet. So what it does is it exhausts them. When they're constantly doing that, they're not feeding, they're not circulating water right, they're exhausting themselves and they're dying off. And that's exactly what we're seeing.
You're just seeing your resource die in front of you, and it's not you that's doing it. You know, you're sustainably taking what you're allowed to take, but you see that the resource is struggling, you know, and why is that happening? You can see it right there in front of you, what's going on out there.
This is one of the most environmentally conscious methods to generate power.
We know that we could survive regulations, we could survive high fuel prices, low fish prices, but offshore wind will be the final nail in the coffin for the commercial fishing industry. Orsted Ocean Wind 1 and Ocean Wind 2, they are going to cease development of those 2 sites. But with that said, they are still surveying the cable route that's going through the Barnegat Bay, which is right over there.
If you want, we could take a ride 20 minutes down the road where they're operating right now in Island Beach State Park, prepping to run cables through. Work full speed ahead.
It seems like they're throwing an awful lot into something that's untested. They couldn't just start with like a couple of these things to see if they even work. It's just completely block off the whole Long Island Bight. Forget about who it hurts or what it hurts, what it does to the environment. It's green energy, it's gotta be good. And you know, I don't think enough research was done on it. I guess there's big money involved. So somebody's getting rich off of it, or a lot of people are getting rich off of it. I believe they want it to happen and nothing else matters, and you know, they're not gonna dig into it.
Together, we all got to get off our asses, get with Rhoda, let's get with NEFSA, get with these organizations, and let's fight this.
Bottom line, this is food. They are messing with a healthy, natural resource. They are taking that away, and I don't remember voting on it, do you?